Liebe Leute, willkommen zurück zu Vampyr und jetzt wollen wir doch endlich mal mit Dr. Swansea reden, beziehungsweise wir könnten eigentlich vorher nochmal, das habe ich ja jetzt in der letzten Folge schon angekündigt, dass wir mit ihm sprechen würden, aber wir brauchen mal ein bisschen Medikamente gegen Erschöpfung und zwar ganz viele. Und da fehlt uns Natrium. Was war das? Hyperchlorid oder wie das heißt? Aha, das ist schlecht. Das ist schlecht. Die müsste mal gegossen werden. Also müssen wir uns mal, muss ich mir mal merken. Natrium. So, Dr. Swansea.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Ein Vampirjäger, okay. Brief von Rakesh. Sehr geehrter Herr Dr. Swansea, sehr gerne kümmere ich mich um die provisorische Leichenhalle, sobald sie eröffnet ist. Wie ich Ihnen bereits mitgeteilt habe, war ich während des Krieges Arzt und werde meinem Land mit Freude erneut dienen. Natürlich ist es nicht dasselbe, ob man die Toten oder die Lebenden betreut, aber auch um unsere Verstorbenen muss man sich gut kümmern. Seien Sie versichert, dass ich mein Bestes geben werde, um diese neue Aufgabe bestmöglich zu verrichten. Bezüglich meiner Qualifikation tut es mir leid, dass ich Ihnen nicht mehr als mein Ehrenwort geben kann. Ich schwöre Ihnen, dass mein Regiment mich während des Krieges zum Arzt ernannt hat und ich viele Leben gerettet habe. Wenn mein Wort nicht genügt, können Sie die Militärverwaltung kontaktieren, um meine Erfahrungen und Fähigkeiten zu überprüfen. Sie wird Ihnen bestätigen, dass mich der Krieg gelehrt hat, was ein Arzt wirklich wissen muss. Auch wenn ich nie Medizin studiert habe. Aha, deswegen darf er hier nicht praktizieren. Verstehe. Doktor? Doktor?
What happened? The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Ein paar Leichen mehr wird niemand bemerken.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Ach, dann war das doch nicht... Warte mal. Wer war da jetzt wer? Die Harriet war diese, die irgendwie über alle rumgemeckert hat, ne? Ich muss gleich mal in die Übersicht schauen. Ich hab nicht den Kopf für sowas.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Da haben sie nicht ganz unrecht. Ich werde sie alle beschützen.
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
So. Aber wir könnten nochmal Erfahrungspunkte investieren. Wenn wir denn das jetzt tun
Sean
wollten.
Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Erstmal wieder die ganze Medizin hier klauen. So, da haben wir die Lösung. Zweimal. Jetzt weiß ich natürlich nicht, wie oft man das für die Medizin braucht. Ja gut, aber dann, wenn ich das sowieso gerade gefunden habe, dann warum nicht? Dann gehen wir mal kurz rein, stellen das her, wenn wir können. Und leveln kurz Fertigkeiten. Hier sind die Schränke auch wieder gefüllt. Alles mitnehmen, was man kriegen kann. Und zwar... Was war das noch? Behandlung gegen Lungenentzündung. Codein und Kaliumpermanganat fehlt dafür. Ah ja, man brauchte 2 für eine so eine Packung. Na gut. So, 965 Punkte. Blutkapazität. Höhere Blutaufnahme beim Biss finde ich gut. Durchhaltevermögen. Erhöht die Ausdauer, das finde ich auch wichtig. Aber das kostet 600, das können wir beides dann machen. Einmal großen Durst. Und einmal Ausdauer. Hä? Oder habe ich das jetzt gerade gemacht? Nee, doch das, ich habe hier gedrückt. War das nicht für 300 Punkte gerade? Ach, das zeigt die aktuelle... Der zeigt die aktuelle Stufe an. Ja, dann geht das wohl noch nicht, ne? Dann sparen wir die letzten 360 Punkte noch. Und alle werden krank. Bedenklich. Sehr bedenklich. Ah, die sind jetzt genesen. Die Maus ist schon weg, da ist sie. Die beiden sind jetzt genesen dadurch. Erschöpfung, Erschöpfung, Erschöpfung. Neuralgie. Blutarzt. Erkältung. Wie ist denn jetzt hier im Krankenhaus? Migräne, da haben wir glaube ich kein Mittel. Erschöpfung können wir geben. Blutarmut auch. Kopfschmerzen, ja. Nun denn. Einmal wieder nach unten. Und wo sollen wir denn hin? Zu den Docks, hm? Ja. Da waren wir ja auch schon länger nicht. Okay. Das können wir machen. Vorher sprechen wir hier nochmal. Hallo?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
So, und zwar haben wir doch was herausgefunden.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Mhm.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
Ja, schon. Ein Preis für Hoffnung. Ja, wer will nicht gerne Hoffnung haben? Zynismus wird sie nicht retten.
How can you be affected by the misery around you and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reid. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
So.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reid. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Ist hier was Neues? Ah, die Beziehung.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Reißen Sie sich zusammen.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Tja. Wohl wahr. Hier ein Mittel gegen Erkältung.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reid.
Na dann.
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
Ist schon gut.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Goodbye.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reid.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Could you? Could you not?
Tell me, Thoreau, What's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Schlauer. So, Kopfmittel haben wir nicht. Ein Kopfschmerzmittel. So rum. Hinweis benötigt, ja.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Kann man mit dir eigentlich aussprechen?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Ah, ist der Harvey.
Please, tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom. There were some loud noises, like people fighting. All of a sudden, it went quiet. And then a nurse started screaming.
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawkins.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
My apology.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm
Tja.
the children, Ellen.
Tragisch.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Nun gut. Meine Uhr klingelt schon wieder, hätte ich fast gesagt, aber sie leuchtet nur. Das heißt, wir beenden die Folge an dieser Stelle und werden das nächste Mal aufbrechen in die East End Docks, liebe Leute. Bis dann, macht's gut, euer Jan.